Oh nice, it came off the fuel tank. Hey guys, so today we have this. May not look like much, but there is an engine to go along with this body. It's a little bit of a dirty mess. I'm going to give it a quick spray and clean it up, especially now that the engine's off it, because it'll be a heck of a lot easier. But I have a Briggs 5-horse engine to put onto this body, and by the end of this video, this will be a good running lawnmower. Alright, let's get into it. Well, I'd say that came out pretty clean. Let me go grab the engine so we can get that popped on. Right, so I think it came out fantastic. That spray stuff is awesome. Now I got the engine. Let's get it fixed in place. This is going to be the fun part. Getting the bolts in. It's always easier with a helper. There. Much better. Perfect. I think everyone can see. Maybe not so much myself. Oh, I think I see a couple holes. Let's put this front one in. I think I'll have to come from the other side though. Block your view. Gotta be careful. I'm gonna knock it down. First one's threading in nice. Right? I'll get the next two. Let's just see where. Looks like the next one will be here. Okay, I think I've got it. And now the last one. Let's see, where's this last one? The last one is right here. Well, they're going in nice. Perfect. So I'm going to drive them in the rest of the way using my gun on number 2 setting. I don't need to kill it. And these are 9/16 bolts. Well, they're 3/8 bolts, but you need 9/16 socket. Oops, the washer's not in the right spot. Gotta spin that washer. Evil washer. There we go. That's one. Now number 2. Nope, that doesn't want to go there. It's not the spot you want to be at. Come on, washer. That's where you want to be, right there. Come on, why can't you just cooperate? You have to make life difficult. There's no oil in this engine. I've already drained it. So we're going to need to add oil before we can do anything. I think I got it this time. Talk about tedious. And finally, the last one. And of course, it's the hardest one. Good. Phew. That was a whole lot of fun. Now with a 5/8, we'll get the blade on. I'll take that blade adapter off. Or it should say the crank bolt. And of course, it's a 9/16, because of course it is. Now this blade uses a double washer. So you get one washer on the bottom and the second washer. And as you can see how it's curved, they're convex washers. So they actually apply more pressure as they flatten out. And of course I put it in incorrectly. If you notice, the lift is down. So let's flip this blade. There we go. That's how it's supposed to be. As you can see, the lift goes up and the cutting surface, the angle is away from the ground. So let's get this on. Something doesn't seem right here. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's a double washer system. Interesting. Well, it is what it is. Had it on wrong. That's okay. I'm allowed. That's why I hear everybody screaming in the background, "No, you had it right the first time." Well, I don't know. This seems pretty correct. Give it a few shots on. Seems pretty good to me. So let's lower it down. And if I remember correctly, this engine would only start and die. So I guess we can put some oil in it and then we can try to start it and watch it die. All right, we'll do that. Let me get the oil ready. So this Briggs 5-horse engine takes 590 mil of engine oil, or this many in Freedom units. Let's fill this up to 590, or roughly thereabouts. Because we'll stop and check along the way anyway. So that's about 590 mil. As you see, there is no engine oil, and I'll put it back in. So there you go. No engine oil, let's add it in. I'll check right now. Let's see. Looks like it's a little over full. Double check. Nope. It's perfect. We are full. Excellent. Guess it wouldn't hurt to check and see if there's fuel. I'd say nope. Completely devoid of fuel. I like to see that though. You know, that makes me wonder if this will run if I add fuel to it, or if there's a problem with the carburetor. I guess let's give it a try. What the heck? Okay, get the spark plug on. Hopefully the spark plug works. Guess we'll find out soon enough. All right, let's get the air cleaner open. 5/16 opens it up. You can also use a flat screwdriver. Good as time as any to inspect it. Honestly, I wouldn't feel bad about putting this back in, but if I'm going to sell it, I'm going to replace it with a new one. So, right, let's give it a couple sprays of helper sauce. Here goes. Thanks, Mike. Okay, so here goes. Oh, let me move this. It does fire up. Don't want flinging that out. Give it a little bit more. There, that was a good helping. Hey, look at that, guys. Look what I found. A red subscribe button. If you made it this far into the video, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, give it a thumbs up. Comment below. I love to read your comments, and I try to reply to as many of them as I can, especially the early ones. All right, guys, back to the video. Right, so it starts and dies. Let's add a little bit of fuel and see if it'll start and run. A little bit of two-stroke mix. Right, we'll give it a minute or two to get down to the carburetor and fill it up and hopefully not spill over. Hopefully the primer system works. I think I see one problem. Fuel is dripping out of the carburetor. Actually, it's dripping out of the primer bulb. So that's not a good sign. But is it priming? I don't think it's priming. I guess I want to quickly see if it'll run with some fuel in it. That's a good question, if it will continue to run. Either way, we're going to have to take this carburetor off and clean it because it is leaking fuel. But I would like to see if it'll continue to run, because maybe we just need to deal with the seat problem. All right, I got a pair of pliers ready to pull off the spark plug in case it continues to run. I'm going to give it a spray of carb spray. See what happens. Nothing yet. Let's fix that. Did put the plug back on. Let's try a bit more carb spray. That's a lot better. All right, let's try it now. Nope. Start and die. So we know it's definitely got a carb problem. All right, let's crack into it. Okay, so we've got 3 5/16 bolts here. They're nice and tight. Next, we have 2 3/8 bolts in the back holding on the carburetor. Except I can't quite see. Yeah, I can't see from the sunlight. There's one. There's number 2. All right, I'm going to clamp off the fuel line now. Okay, Mr. Pinchy, go on in there. Okay, I pinch. Pinch. Oh, that one feels a little petrified. Let's get that fuel line off. Right, so let's use these as they're supposed to be used. There we go. That's off. Wow. Oh dear. Yeah, that's not being pinched off at all. I'm just gonna have to plug that. Yeah, that fuel line's gonna have to be replaced. Oh nice, it came off the fuel tank. That was fantastic. Oh man, what a mess. That's why I didn't put in a lot of fuel. I kind of had a feeling something like this would happen. So let's get this carburetor off. Get off this little Z-bend. And there we go. One carburetor. The O-ring that fits in here is still on the intake. So let's get this opened up. All right, so 1/2 inch. If I didn't have it in the right direction. Hopefully this wasn't at one point full of water. Now it's all full of rust. Doesn't want to come off. There it goes. That time it finally did. Oh, goodness. Look at that. Yeah, it would never have continued to run. There's definitely grit and gunk in there. All right, well, I'm gonna have to give this a really good cleaning. Put it through the ultrasonic too. Oh well, that's okay. It wasn't unexpected. I'm gonna need pliers. Almost out. Kind of smells funny. That can go in there. Needle actually looks okay. Makes me wonder about the seat. Let's pop out that little rubber seat. Maybe we can. Yeah, there it is. Look at the gunk on it. I gotta clean that off. That's pretty bad. That needs a good cleaning. I wonder if it might be easier just to order a new carb for this. Maybe. But maybe we can save this. We'll put it through the ultrasonic. What the heck? We'll see what we can save. This gasket. I'd like it to come off in one piece. It seems to be. Ah, nope. Nope. It didn't. Shucks. I'm gonna have to order a new gasket. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna get this into the ultrasonic, start getting it all cleaned up, and I'll see you guys when it's all done. Right, so I put an inline fuel shutoff. Let's get that installed. Okay, so we'll reinstall the carburetor, which it actually came out really, really clean. We'll get the governor linkage in. See if I can get you a good angle. There we go, governor linkage is in. Right, now these are 3/8. Oops. Just gotta make sure I get them in the right spot. Okay, these are 3/8 bolts. Using a wobbly driver. Right, I'm not going to snug it down, I'm just running it down till it touches. Now the other side. Let's see if it'll cooperate for me. Seems to have. Good. It went in. Excellent. Now I'll just tighten it down from a better angle. That's one. And now number two. Excellent. Now to get the fuel line on, possibly. Gonna have to move the camera back for this. Next, we're going to replace this gasket, which is the one that broke. That actually goes onto the air filter housing assembly. It's actually keyed with these little tabs. And that's it. Now it's on. Now we mount it. But first we need to put that little elbow tube on. The other part on the air cleaner. First one, just going to run that down, just to hold it in place. Now this one up here, another 5/16. And finally, the last one. Right. Now the air filter. I'll get that. Oh, why did I take that out? That's not for the air filter. Silly me. That's actually for the throttle cable. Might bypass the throttle. We'll see what we decide to do with it. I may just bypass the throttle and just have it at one set speed. Let me get the air filter. Alright, here's the air filter, part number. Let's get that installed. 5/16, or you can use a flat screwdriver. And that's it. So now to pour the fuel back in that I took out of the tank. I'll turn it on. Okay, it's on. Now watch for any leaks. Let me know if you see any leaks, guys. Do you see any leaks back there? What about over here? Do we have any leaks over here? Nothing. I think we might be good. Let's connect the spark plug. Now I know there's no kill wire for this, so I have some pliers handy. So let's give it a go, I guess. Give it a few primes. Okay, and then we'll give it a pull.
Hey man, how's it going?
Hey, not bad, you?
I'm good.
Okay, so now we just got to pull it over. Just get a better angle on this. Make sure nothing's under it. Here goes. Give a few more primes. I don't think I can quite pull it fast enough without the handlebars. Let me get the handlebars for this. Right, so I got the handlebars. Pull this cotter pin. Inside. There we go. All right, much better. Much better. And we got the bail cable. Might as well put that on. Throttle's broken. Oh well. Perfect. Okay. Turn it over a little. Let's move this out of the way. Okay, here we go. May just not be enough fuel in the tank, so I'll give it a spray, make sure it's not a spark problem. Okay, so it's not a spark problem, it's definitely fuel. Oh boy, I'm pretty much out of fuel. This is about it. So I'm gonna have to make a trip to the fuel store. I'm gonna have to make a trip to the gas station. Fuel store. What is wrong with me? There we go. That's it for the fuel. Make sure it's priming. Yeah, I see fuel coming up the primer hole. So I'm going to put the air filter back on. And we're going to give it a rip. Running, but as you can hear, it's basically idling, which is fine because the throttle cable's not attached. But since the throttle cable's not attached, it's not going to idle up. Now it did. Oh, right. It's been running for a bit, so let's see if it'll restart on its own without any help. Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. Yeah, so what I'll probably do is just remove the throttle entirely, set it to about 3100 RPM and go from there. Honestly, that's all it needs. I like that engine that you can throttle down. It sounds better, but no reason for it all. No reason for the idle. I guess we might as well cut a little bit of grass with it and see how it does cut the grass. So let's do that. Okay, so that's it. It's all ready, good to go. So I guess let's just give it a pull. So let's watch her start. Of course, I let her sit for too long. Try that again. No problem. No problem at all. Yeah, it'll cut nice. Alright, let's cut a few strips. Not bad, guys. Another one saved, this one with a Briggs and Stratton 5-horse. Decent little Murray mower. When we got this mower at the side of the road, it actually had a second body with it that had a couple of rust holes here and there, but it wasn't too bad. We were able to turn around and flip it for 60 bucks. It was a decent little mower. Just needed a new gasket set for the Briggs and Stratton classic 3.5 horse engine. But this mower, decent little mower. I think I'll just take the throttle cable right off and leave it running at the speed that it's currently at. Alright guys, see you in the next one.